We're here today with Killian Carl. What you do?
I won locals with Fiendsmith Centurion Bystial.
Woo! First time win.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Let's go.
2 years.
Beautiful. That shows how competitive Gamers World is.
Yeah, it is.
Shout out to Gamers World. Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of meta.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Right, so what do you want to start with?
I'd start with the matchups.
Okay, sure.
So, round one, I was against pure Goaty. Nothing spectacular. Yeah,
Okay.
fish. Just Goaty. Not
Yeah,
even 2-0. It was
Sure.
first time back at Locus for a while, so
Yep.
nothing crazy. Round two was against Fiendsmith Ryzeal.
Yep. Nice.
We took that 2-0 because game one they only saw Fiendsmith and we were able to deal with that. In game
Nice.
two, they only saw. Sorry, game one was only Ryzeal, game two was only Fiendsmith.
Oh, you kind of need to see both. Yeah,
Yeah, you
That makes
definitely need
sense.
to see both. So pretty easy to deal with that then. Round 3 and 4 were both against Maliss.
Yeah, round 3 is me.
Yes, it was a very close one.
It wasn't. you 2-0'd me. What are you talking about?
Leave them to think.
He 2-0'd me swiftly.
It wasn't that swift though.
Yeah, it was pretty
Still.
swift.
Just this deck. I found the Maliss matchup good.
Yeah.
The Ryzeal matchup is terrifying. Detonator is actually not the problem. I found playing it. I played it
Cross or something? No.
Dweller.
Oh, the Dweller,
hurts
yeah.
so
That's
bad
actually
because I'm on the
annoying,
Fiendsmith. I'm on a few other bits to
makes sense.
help with that, so it shuts off a lot more of the deck than you'd think.
Not too bad. Okay, let's get into the deck.
Sure, I'll start with the Centurion stuff. So, 3 Emblema,
Yep.
3 stand up, 1 terraforming.
Okay, I'm going to get you to turn them to me.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what they do.
Ah.
The people watching may not.
Okay,
Who
so
knows?
terraforming searches any fields.
Oh God! Don't you dare! Don't you start.
Okay,
sure.
So 3 stand up
Nice.
lets you quick synchro on your opponent's turn and places Centurion from deck. It's the best extender you can ask for.
Yeah.
Really doesn't need to do much else. Has self protection, so Ghost Ogre doesn't do much against it.
Always good.
Very, very handy. We have 3 Emblema. It's the most modular, versatile card. Phenomenal. I love this thing. I'm pleased they added a searcher for it. It gets you either a Centurion as a continuous trap, locks you into Centurions for the extra. Very rarely matters, but sometimes comes up. Or it lets you set a Centurion spell trap, either your field spell or some other interaction.
Nice.
We'll get the spells out of the way, and we'll go on to the monsters.
Sure.
3 Trudea, 3 Primera, 1 Atri, 1 Gargoyle. This is the most bog standard lineup you can imagine.
Okay.
Primera's
I've had Centurion on the channel before. I think this one's still a bit very different though. So.
I mean, to me, I've looked at lists online. Everyone's pretty much running 1-1, 3-3.
Yeah, nice.
Gargoyle's a phenomenal resource that recurs itself. Atri draws, and
You drew so many cards off me.
yeah, that is the one
It
thing.
was crazy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful situation. So Primera is your best normal summon. Searches any Centurion card except itself. It can search Atri, it can search the field spell, it can search anything else if you need it. Trudea places itself and another Centurion as a continuous trap. And basically the same thing as this. This gets you to this gets you to this, either through the field spell or other ways. Atri is versatile, tuner or a non-tuner, so it can be used with pretty much anything to make a synchro. On summon, if you have an emblema and a Centurion engrave, draws you a card. You can do that every turn, and it does it every turn you can. Gargoyle can summon itself as an extender, or it can add itself back to hand. Very, very good. So the resource loop is super concise.
Nice.
Keep it between these 4 names and keeps going and going and going. The last Centurion cards we have are the one of Phalanx, which is a banish until the next turn, or revive a synchro from grave, 1 effect per turn.
That's very good.
And Bonds, which is a bit contentious. I love this card. It's basically what makes the grind game for this deck so good with the Centurion stuff. Gets resources from grave into rotation again. And it lets you also do that twice per turn, once on the activation, and then also if a synchro is specialed, banish it to place another as a continuous trap.
Nice.
Next up, the Bystial package. 1 regained. This kills Maliss.
It was so annoying.
It
was so goddamn annoying. We both played Regain, but I just didn't know how to chain it.
It's annoying because I want this on your turn, and when it's on my turn, oh no, I lose something, you've put a resource back in my deck.
Yeah.
One Magnamut would be a 3 if I
Of course,
could.
everybody was.
One Druis, 2 Baldrake. I go with 2 Baldrake.
This is your package for the Bystials?
2 Lubellion.
Okay, fair.
2 Lubellion, but
Okay.
yeah, these are just like the main
This is a
names.
pretty minimal package, like, to be honest, but okay.
It's a 45 card list. This is as much as I'm willing to include.
Okay.
So even still, we're pushing past the typical 40. Bystials, they're like DD Crows. They summon themselves. I like Baldrake as the interruption mainly for Ryzeal.
Yeah.
Against Maliss, I typically side 1 or 2 of these out just because, oh no, you banished my extra deck monster anyway.
Yeah.
Lubellion gets you to regained. 2 Lubellion regained, and Mag is basically 4 regained.
Nice.
You should hopefully only need that. But there's not other stuff.
Cool.
Next up, Fiendsmith.
Sure.
2 Engraver, 1 Lacrima,
Okay.
1
This
Tract,
is kind of a minimal package. Nice.
1 Paradise, 1 Lurry.
I like it.
It is as concise as I am willing to go. 2 Engravers mainly if we need to normal summon Lacrima. Ideally, we don't.
Yeah, normal to send that
Yeah,
one
it's
instead.
the only way you
Yeah,
can still get to either a Desiree or, say,
Nice, yeah.
Caesar. Tract, it searches Lurry, it pitches Lurry, it's full Fiendsmith combo.
Yeah.
Paradise, phenomenal interruption.
So good.
Yeah,
Like,
and
just send
the fact
Desiree.
that Lacrima can do it on your opponent's turn, so just like 1 Engraver leads to like 3 or 4 interruptions.
big combo.
It's crazy.
nice.
Okay,
Cool.
Last
I
small
won't make
little
you
pick.
talk too much about the Fiendsmith because I think everyone knows what they are already.
The last bit is, it didn't come up today, but it has come up in many a games. It is Vision Resonator and Crimson
We out
Gaia.
here playing Resonators.
This is for our Fiendsmith line. If you have
Nice.
Fiendsmith Engraver and any normal summon, it could be a hand trap, you can typically get to Aerial Leader, send Resonator, search Gaia. Gaia gets this back from grave or deck, so not bad to
cool.
open. Not bad to open because you can pitch it off the field spell also, which still gets you the search and the extension.
Nice.
Very, very, very small little thing. I side them out going second because
Because you don't want them second.
yeah, it's more so just because Fiendsmith gets to Centurion.
Yeah.
And that's the 4 little pieces of engine, we'll say.
Yeah.
Next, we just have 3 Imperm,
Nice.
3 Ash,
Always.
3 Nib, 3
Super good
Talents, 1 Called By.
Okay, 3 talents though, but yes.
Yeah, it's
a really
I want to
overpowered-
see it.
it's a really overpowered
I just
card.
can't
Yeah.
like when you have such a small amount. Like wow, 13 is small. You need something with like big impact. Talents is so nice.
Yeah, we've come that way where 13 non-engine is not enough.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
It's still quite good.
But
I mean, you can include the Bystials as a non-engine, really.
yeah, they
sometimes.
can. But
It
again,
depends.
it's my idea is like I want to have as many answers to Malice because I cannot break that board. I need to stop them before they get too big.
Yeah.
That's it. And on to the extra.
Makes sense.
So I'll start with the Centurion stuff.
Cool.
We have 1 Primera Primus, 1 Legatia,
Yep.
1 Auxilla, 1 Crimson Dragon, and 1 Cosmic Blazer.
Ah, yes, we're starting with Centurions. I remember Centurion Crimson Dragon.
Yes, it's
Yes.
phenomenal.
Very good.
This card is more draws.
And you're now only on one of him?
I was on 2,
Okay.
and I tried Typhon.
Because I've seen people on 2 of it. It's actually
I
insane.
tried one today.
Yeah,
Did not miss the second.
that's fine.
Because typically in a game where you're getting the second Blazar, you're already winning that game.
Probably win more, yeah.
Yeah, it
I
is
think so
a
too.
case of that. And I put in Typhon, and Typhon almost came up. And I probably could have done a little bit different, but
In the size?
it was in my final round. It was in my game 2 against my second Malice opponent.
Okay.
It could have.
Typhon only comes up when, what does it say? It only comes up when it's not in your deck.
Well, it's in the
And then
deck now.
Then when it's in the deck, it comes up. It never comes up.
I won't. The one thing I miss about no Fiendsmith is that you could hard summon Typhon with 2 of the 12s, and so you
Oh.
can still go beyond that.
That's funny. Yeah,
But
that's cool.
yeah, it's still when you're on Fiendsmith, you don't have the space for that.
It's probably better at rank 12.
Speaking
so.
of the Fiendsmith, we are going to go into
How
Moon,
much have you got? Moon.
Requiem,
Okay. 1 Requiem.
Necroquip,
Yep.
Sequence,
Yep.
Area Leader to send the Vision Resonator.
Oh, okay. That's an extra one sometimes.
Desiree,
Desiree. Are you doing Agnum Day?
Caesar.
No. Caesar. Okay.
Agnum Day is not what this deck's trying to do.
That's fair.
It's phenomenal, but I cannot get the bodies up to really justify that Link 3 just sitting there for a little bit.
Cool.
Nothing too fancy here. This effect, to draw 1,
Off the discard.
Lubellion triggers it. Field spell pitch and monster triggers it. It is like there's so much about this deck that
It's
draws
crazy what
cards.
happens when you read cards sometimes. I
Yeah,
think it's crazy.
Opponents hand trapping me has come up before.
Oh,
It's either
if they
player.
discard. Okay, cool.
It's
I didn't know
phenomenal.
that. That's very good.
And then the last few pieces: Chaos Angel,
Nice.
SP, Typhon.
Oh, you
I-
you kept the Typhon in.
Yeah, Typhon. Like I'm trying it out. It could have come up. I think I should have summoned it at one point, but don't worry too much about that. Chaos Angel, you summon Light and Dark all the time. You've got the level 4s.
4+6.
Yeah,
with all
so
the Bystials.
Fiendsmith, Bystials, and the Centurions. It all just leads to Chaos Angel.
And you get a good a big
SP,
Chaos
SP,
Angel.
mainly good for when you talents take, get the body off the field.
Yeah. It's
And
just
then-
good to have the option.
And then Typhon can bounce stuff, turns off Detonator. So I hate Detonator in this deck, so it helps a lot.
Very true. Okay. Anything else? Any shout outs? Because we're not going to show side deck because he's bringing this deck to Birmingham. So
Yes, shout outs
and there's
to
some spice.
the Jaguars, my boys, Team Thirsty Thursdays, my other boys, and anyone else who's spreading the love. Because at the end of the day, it's all love.
It's all about love. Nice. Thank you so much.